My name is Kiara Coble, and my presentation is going to be on the article Why I'm Fighting for Equal Pay by Carli Lloyd. A little bit about the author. Carli Lloyd was born in 1982. Lloyd is a professional soccer player and member of the U.S. women's national team since 2005. She's a two-time World Cup champion and two-time Olympic gold medalist. She's a New Jersey native and graduate of Rutgers University. And aside from this article, she's also the author of the best-selling memoir, When Nobody Was Looking, from 2016. Why did Lloyd write this article? Lloyd and four other women on the U.S. women's soccer team filed a wage discrimination complaint with the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission in March of 2016. Lloyd argued that it was a simple matter of what's right and what's fair, and equal pay for equal pay. Despite her valid argument, the fight for equal pay for women in soccer is ongoing. Lloyd and many other players filed yet another related suit in 2019. The thesis of this article is women soccer players wanting to be paid equally as the male soccer players. Lloyd and her other teammates had to put aside how much they loved playing the game in order to fight for what was right and to end wage discrimination. Organizational strategy. The organizational strategy used in this article was argument. Lloyd supports her argument and thesis by providing facts, reasoning, and appealing to the reader's emotions. Lloyd uses personal experiences, numbers, and evidence towards her argument. Lloyd used a good amount of both emotions and facts in her article. It didn't feel like she was overly emotional, but it also wasn't just an article full of numbers and statistics. Supporting the argument. Lloyd used the true wages of the top 5 women players, which was $72,000 a year, while the top male players made $406,000 a year. So you can see how big the gap is between the wages of women players and the wages of male players. Lloyd also mentioned the bonuses the players received for their World Cup victory. Women only received $75,000, while men received $390,000. So as you can see again, the gap is very large between those two numbers, and yet the only difference is their gender. After making the World Cup teams, men would receive $69,000, while women would only receive $15,000. Lloyd mentioned that while traveling for her job, she received $60 a day. This would go towards mostly food, while male player Michael Bradley received $75 a day. Lloyd also mentioned that women received less because they're generally smaller than males. How was the argument compelling? I believe Lloyd's argument was compelling because she used facts, numbers, and personal events to help her argument. I've always strongly believed in equal pay, and Lloyd used detailed facts and even came from an emotional standpoint to appeal to her audience. We are not backing down anymore, Lloyd stated, and we, as women, should stand beside her. Lloyd spoke about the wage discrimination not changing, despite her and her teammates filing claims about it. Why do I agree with Lloyd? Lloyd spoke about an emotional and important topic, but she was able to keep her emotions contained and provide us with solid facts to support her argument. She did use personal events and talk about how she felt about the game, but they didn't overpower the article. After seeing the differences between the male and female wages, I didn't need any more convincing. Lloyd's argument was compelling, informative, and overall inspiring. I appreciate her speaking up and fighting for something important. Just a continuation of the last slide. The women's national team is the most successful team in history of U.S. soccer. but yet they're getting paid such a significant amount less than the teams that are said to be below them. They won 3 World Cups and 4 Olympic gold medals. When they received the World Cup in Canada, they drew the highest American television rating for soccer in history. Because of that event, according to a financial report, they helped generate $17.7 million in profit for the Federation. So if they're bringing in this much money and this much attention, why are they getting paid so much less than the male team? Did her argument work? Considering all of the facts on the last slide, the team decided to present a proposal for increased compensation. They were told on more than one occasion that their proposal was not rational. The Federation said they had a certain sum of money set aside for the women's team. They said that was why their proposal wasn't rational, because they already had chosen like what amount of money they were going to set aside for the women's team. After trying repeatedly to negotiate with the Federation, they realized nothing was going to change. This is when they decided to go to the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission with their complaint. Just some additional support to Lloyd's argument. The Federation treats these women like they should be happy they're professional players and not working in the kitchen or scrubbing the locker room. Lloyd said this, and it basically made them feel like they should appreciate the little amount that they're getting, because they're getting to do what they want to do, which is play soccer professionally. Wage discrimination goes on in every field, but yet this unfairness isn't talked about at all. The change isn't just for women suffering now, it's the change for the women coming up behind us. The team is full of great role models. They connect with their fans, sign autographs, and represent the sport and federation with class. Despite everything that they're going through, the team is still continuing to do all of this. They're still choosing to support the Federation, who isn't supporting them and giving them what they deserve. Also, they're not doing this just for the money. It's about doing the right thing, fighting to be treated how they deserve, no matter their gender. Thank you for listening. I hope this gave you more insight on a big problem the world is facing, but yet not talking about. It's time for a change. Do you agree with Lloyd? Like she said, it's if not for us, then for the kids coming after us. So I hope this gave you some more perspective on this problem, and thanks again for listening.